Well, good morning again, everybody. Chaplain Joe back at you again. We're continuing our series on faith and patience. And today we're going to look at consistent faith is the key to victorious living. So consistent faith. Because remember we talked about faith is believing God in what He said, but patience is the ability to remain consistent or the ability to remain the same when it seems like, all things are chaotic and challenging around you. Can you remain steadfast and consistent? So today we're going to look at the story of Matthew chapter 14 where Jesus and Peter were walking on the water. Now I'm just going to paraphrase that story for you, but Jesus basically walks out to His disciples in the middle of a rainstorm, in the middle of a huge storm. Jesus comes out. The disciples think He's a ghost, but Jesus said, "Don't be afraid, it's me." Jesus He's walking down the water to them. And then Peter says, "Lord, if it be you, tell me to come out on the water to you." And then Jesus says, "Come." And once Jesus then basically gives him the permission to do it, then Peter walks on the water because Jesus said, "Yes, go ahead and do it." Now there's a very key thing there. Yes, Peter operated in faith, yes. But I heard one preacher years ago said he really didn't walk on water. He walked on the word come. He walked on a word from Jesus because Jesus gave him the permission, and once Peter got the permission, Peter was able to do it. Now I say that because I say this too. Just because you have faith doesn't mean it's necessarily going to happen. Go to your local pool and put your feet in the water and see what happens. Okay? So just because, this story is in the Bible doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen for you. But I like one interpretation of this particular passage. One preacher years ago told me, it's not just how much faith Peter had or what type of faith he had, it's how long he had it. Because if you continue to read in this story, and the Bible says, yeah, he was walking on water with Jesus, because again, Jesus gave him permission. But then the Bible says, but then he took his eyes off Jesus and he started to look at the wind and the waves, and he started to doubt. And then once he started to doubt, then he started to sink. So it wasn't how much faith he had, but how long he had it. Again, for the title of this message, consistent faith is the key to victorious living. So it's not just how much faith you have, because even the Bible says, even if you have little faith, it started off as a mustard seed, but then that seed grows into a big tree where even the birds can grow from it. So God can use you to do great things with just little faith. So it's not just how much faith you have or the type of faith, but how long do you have it? Because anybody can have short bursts of faith, but can you remain consistent and faithful and have patience for the long haul? So that's the key, is consistent faith. And remember, you can only do it though if Jesus says yes, if Jesus gives you permission. Otherwise, you're going to sink like everybody else. So keep that in mind. This is not a text to manipulate God, to control Him, to do what we want Him to do. Saints, it doesn't work like that. But as long as Jesus gives you permission, if Jesus is saying yes, go out and get into the boat and walk in faith. But remain consistent, not just short bursts, and see what God does in your life. Until next time, God bless.